everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Come on. Come on. This is the run where we are going to receive Mom's Box of Trinkets. Mama Mega, here we go again. Could you open all of the doors? When do we use Mama Mega? I mean, we would use it to get into Boss Rush, theoretically. Kind of feels like a huge waste. By the way, here's our stats. T-Whack, YJJP, no numbers. That's always a scary sign. The numbers control the power on the run. But our DPS is... DPS maybe not great, but not bad with that 7 rate of fire coming right off the cut here. I think if I'm doing like a game theory style John Nash, Equilibrium, Russell Crowe, Best Actor, A Beautiful Mind, 2001 Academy Awards, Jennifer Connelly, nominated Best Supporting Actress, lost to Ellen Burstyn. But anyway, if I'm trying to find this Nash Equilibrium, Metronome is just, I feel like maybe I've never picked it up, so I'm going to pick it up and then drop it. But the best time to use Mama Mega, in my opinion, is probably on the second floor if we have no Spirit Hearts. That way most rooms are kind of dusted without us having to put that much danger into it, if that makes sense. I like the stats of this run. Speed is adequate. So normally we want like 1 speed upgrade to kind of get... Wow, that hurt. We want 1 speed upgrade to kind of get things going, but we don't need that here. What we do need is damage and luck. But luck is a pretty non-critical upgrade. Like, when we get it, we get it. We don't need it immediately. So I would suggest that we're actually in a pretty good spot here. I would love to have an arcade available on the next floor, if at all possible. I do hate a room like this. Of course, with 7 rate of fire, essentially any damage multiplier we get, or any damage upgrade we get in any sense, is extremely good. I would love to see it. We got nothing to worry about at the present moment. Just hold up. Get ready to drop some bombs. As long as you don't keep on forgetting what I wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, we open our mouths, but the tears won't come out. Well, I mean, why would they? You're talking about a mouth here instead of your eyeballs, where the tears... Well, I mean, the tears don't come out of your eyeballs. They come out of the tear ducts on the side of your eyeballs. The whole point is that none of this is actually, even in the mildest bit, relevant. We're going to come up here for a second. What do you got for me? Second secret room? I wouldn't deny it. Getting to know you. Getting to find the secret room. Hope I can find you. Hope you've got a white heart for me. Okay, well, no, that's not going to happen. That being said, we did get to 5 cents. So this is, we're going to act our Naster plan. Did I say we're going to enact our Naster plan? What I meant to say is we're going to enact NAFTA, which is my master plan. We're going to enact our master plan, which is to use Mama Mega here. And hopefully not... There's probably, like, some situations where we could just get hurt, like if a mushroom was right next to us or something. Although I suppose we're on a pre-mushy floor, so... I'm trying to think. Maybe a skull could make a turret and then we could take damage against it. Picked up Sissy Longlegs. Acceptable item. Picked up the quarter by using Mama Mega. Already, like, paid for itself. Quite nice. I don't dare take the pill yet. Card is huge growth, which is actually very good if we ever have to fight anything. There are mushrooms. I think I'd rather have Swallowed Penny. Then we'll take 9 volt. We'll take a Spirit Heart. We'll leave. We found a secret room, but also maybe a black market. Not a black market, but a crawl space that contains Mom's wig. That's like a super high roll as far as crawl spaces go. Usually you walk into a crawl space and it's like, oh, it's blasting cap. It's 3 pennies. No, this time we get Mom's wig, which is like a worthwhile item in and of itself. We also, again, our second secret room is there. It's like an extremely lucky run of Mama Mega. Like, I'm very, very pleased with what we've gotten. Oh my god, actual items as well from this room. Who would have thought it's even possible? I always take 7 seals, even though I think it's kind of bad. Remember, we're looking for missing... No, we're looking for Mom's Box of Trinkets. Well, we're looking for missing poster from Mom's Box of Trinkets, I guess. It's probably the way that we should describe that. For now, we have been to our item room. There could still be a chance for us to... We'll take this now. Something's wrong. There could still be a chance for us to find a an arcade. We'd like to. Because we can get a lot of value out of a blood bank right now. But we probably won't, and that's okay. The one thing I will say about this is that we did maybe give up... We did maybe give up Metronome. I mean, we definitely did give up Metronome, but we might feel the burn of having given up Metronome, I suppose, is what I'm trying to get across here. I'm going to take the pill. I just got to... I was going to say I had a good feeling about it, but then immediately I picked it up and it was a tears downgrade. Shows what I know. Still way ahead of schedule here, if we're talking about boss rush, but I got to get off this... Like, I think I'm back in the Isaac groove. I tentatively was like, I'll knock out a couple, Ooh, we gulped, what the heck was the trinket? It was Swallowed Penny. Okay. Yeah. I got back in the groove because I was away for a little bit, as was abundantly clear. But, I was like, I'm just going to play some Isaac runs, kind of get back into the feel of it, relearn the language. I've been playing a lot of Crossy Road lately, so I'm, just gonna take a little time to wean myself back into the swing of things, if you will. And I think we're fully weaned, dude. I think we are weaned up. So we need to focus a little bit more intently, if I'm being honest, on getting the lost stuff happening. So it kind of stalled for a little while here. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been having fun during the stall. You know, we've had some good runs. You shouldn't say you're having fun in the stall. That sounds like something that could get you fired from your place of work, assuming you have communal bathrooms. Which I'm assuming you do, unless you... Oh, hey, Mr. Big Shot here, I got my own bathroom at work. Come on. I mean, I got my own bathroom at work. That's because I work in my home. But, like, don't blow up in my face, mister. You get the idea. Get cracked. Continue to get cracked. It's a tough call. I think we want to reroll. We've got the resources to reroll. Mongo Baby's good, but is it good enough? I don't think so. Oh, my quad shot is also not really that good. Let's go deep. I'm ready. What a terrible way to phrase that. Okay, I will take Halo of Flies. It starts inching us closer to Beelzebub, and I think it's good enough in its own right, and I'm trying to think now. I think because I saw flies from the Harbinger, I was like, we're closer to Beelzebub than we actually are. So, in hindsight, would I have taken Halo of Flies if I had known that it is, in all likelihood, our first enabler, Beelzebub? Probably not, but I still think it's okay in its own right. It just maybe wasn't worth stopping there instead of taking either, you know, Quad Shot or Mongo Baby. There was no risk of us ever taking Abel, but... got a nice little assortment of, you know, flies and spiders and... all sorts of good stuff in that vein happening right now. Has anyone ever done a Naughty by Nature X Mudvayne mashup yet? Insane in the Brain, Insane in the Mudvayne? I'm not gonna do it. I don't strike myself, like... online, people, and I've said this on the show myself, people have disdain for idea guys. Like, hey, I've got a great idea for a website, I'll give you... you know, 5% equity. I think it could be bigger than Facebook. And what is it? Well, it's a website where you post a picture of your cat and you can put like a virtual hat on it. I think it's gonna be big. People don't have that much respect for idea guys most of the time if they carry no other skills because ideas are cheap. I'm not trying to be an idea guy. What I'm doing, I'm just giving you the idea. If you want to make Insane in the Mudvayne, I release all claims to Insane in the Mudvayne. You may make it. I'm not asking you to make it. I want to make that perfectly clear. You may make it if you desire. I will not hound you for advertising revenue if it takes off. You've done all the work. I think when people get annoyed is like, hey, I got a great idea for something, but I can't tell you what it is because I know it's going to be huge, but I have not started working on it because I'm not really that motivated to realize all my dreams. It's such a good idea, I know you're going to steal it immediately. I can't tell you what it is as a result of that, but I have not done what I wanted to do with it yet because, well, quite frankly, I'm just lazy, but the idea is so good that you would be intrinsically motivated to steal it. I'm looking at this run and I'm getting a little perturbed would be the word that I would use right now. I'm getting a little perturbed. I see the inherent value of it. I see where it can take off. That's a big help. And Guppy's Paw... I mean, we can obviously take a second trinket. I think we can roll Guppy's Paw. We also have kind of like a fail-safe, but we want to become Guppy as well if possible. If possible, but... And they love each other so impossible. Guppy items though love each other so impossible. Degaz? I mean, Algis is also very good, but you know, I'm kind of looking at this run and I'm going, do we need to just pop whatever immediately? No. Do we need to pop Algis? Do we need to pop Guppy's Paw? We're on 1 HP. I think that's where we use our bomb to keep our... Oh, we didn't even need to, but got one back anyway. The answer was probably that if we hadn't gotten a Spirit Heart there, we probably should have used Guppy's Paw, because I keep forgetting we have these flies that explode. We want to stay away from those. But sometimes it's hard to tell, you know, they get spat out and they explode soon after. You gotta keep an eye out for the ones from War. So I'm super stoked that we got Cat of Nine Tails. It's a very, very nice DPS improvement. We don't have a key. We have a key now. What a convenient series. Sure, I will take Parasitoid. I think that those are good tiers and may again contribute towards Beelzebub, or maybe not. And we have an arcade as well, which is good for more keys. Wait, we're on Flooded Caves too? This all happened so fast. I was like, we're falling behind schedule, but we're very much not. Oh, okay. Well, this is where we're gonna use some Algis for sure. Basically anything that gives us like Demon Hearts is on the list. Come on. Algis isn't gonna last forever, dude. We're gonna start to be pretty pressed for, not for time necessarily, but for HP relatively soon. Callus is almost takeable when you're on low HP. Well, I bailed, but I don't feel bad about it. We've already been to the deal with the devil, you joker. I'm the joker in this situation now. Well, luck upgrade, plenty of keys. You should not do what I'm about to do here. It's the thing. I'm committed. I'm pot committed. I've decided to go for broke a little bit here because I believe that we're gonna get our payout. But I don't recommend, you know, you to do what I'm doing here. I think that it's a bad decision. And I think that's where I'm gonna call it. It makes me very unhappy. I'm incredibly stoked about the luck upgrades we got. There's some other not so negative stuff that happened in there, but by and large, relatively displeased with the series of events that occurred there. That being said, we have some time to draw ourselves back up into a winning position. The only thing that's not in a winning position right now is HP. We threw that away in an attempt, foolishly, to kind of get ahead of the curve. So, come back in here, throw a few rerolls down probably is the next best step. To be honest with you, the Compass I think is well worth it here. And, I mean, Sack of Sacks would have been better, but no way for us to have known that in advance. Makes me feel mildly more confident in the situation overall. Let's get the heck out of here. Eternal Heart? No, not even a second secret room. Now that is... You're yanking my chain, you're twisting my gears. You're a real tough cookie with a long history of breaking little hearts like the one in me. Before I put another notch in my lipstick case, better make sure you put me in my place. I used to... This is how you know that I'm like, honest with you in every circumstance, because I don't make any attempt to hide my dorkishness as a child. Some people embrace that as they get older. I'm kind of like, I'm still a dork, and I don't rebel against the things that made me a dork when I was younger, but I definitely did not just go full force. I'm like an ashamed dork. I still harbor like that dork nerd guilt that was not necessarily as prevalent during my generation as it was in, you know, the generations before it, where Ben Affleck would beat you over the butt with a paddle for being a nerd, but like, I was definitely like, please don't call my name at the assembly and tell people I won the local chess tournament. I don't want anybody to know that I'm not cool. But as a kid, I also bowled in a league, and once a year we would go to the provincial bowling championships in Burlington, Ontario. Once it was in Oshawa. During warm-ups, because you know you gotta warm up that bowling arm a little bit. I mean, you're like a 12-year-old kid throwing a ball that's 14 pounds down the lane. You gotta, well, you know, get the muscle warmed up. But they always played 3 songs, and now I can't remember what the third one is. Maybe they only played 2 songs. But there's not that many bowling-themed songs that you can, you know, use for a situation like this. So I was sympathetic to them. But they always played "Hit Me With Your Best Shot," which I thought, I was like, okay, that's like a bowling song. I could see it. And they always played "Goodness Gracious, Great Balls of Fire." Those are the 2. And you're like, once Great Balls of Fire is over, get ready, because the tournament is beginning. They didn't do anything like that at chess tournaments. There was no, like, every time I'm falling down, all alone I fall to pieces. You know, I tried to, you gotta give me some credit. Is Velvet Revolver's I Fall to Pieces the best song you could possibly make about chess? No, but it does have pieces in it. I've been looking so long at these pieces of you. That's different. That's Pictures of You by The Cure. They'd have to make a special chess remix, which seems unlikely at this point in the game, I'd say. And I believe your defense is the Nyadorf. It's Sicilian, it's... Okay, you get the idea. Not the best experimental treatment, if I'm being honest with you. The run is existing on shaky ground right now. I would prefer if it weren't, but it's just kinda there right now. I'm not very confident in calling a victory, but I'm certainly not thinking that it's got an above average chance at a loss. It's just kind of like living in limbo right now. The thing that I'm most excited about is genuinely the 2/3 chance of a deal with the devil on this floor. I think that is, that's positive for us. We have a chance to bail ourselves out of a really, really bad situation. If we need to use Guppy's Paw, we can. So we're not quite at the end of our rope yet, and even when we're at the end of our rope, it's fairly common to get bailed out. We might want to play that, honestly, but with 11 cents, it takes a different set of cojones than the ones I got to spend that money when we could get a red heart and a spirit heart from the shop, or if there's a reroll machine, you know, many spirit hearts potentially, and a little bit more money allows us to get an item. So, you know, there's kind of a game plan here for me. I just haven't managed to realize it yet. Magic Mushroom is it bails us, absolutely. So now I have essentially nothing to complain about, but it definitely isn't quite like a boss rush run yet. I think I don't care about a blood bank that much. It definitely isn't a boss rush run yet, but it isn't too far away. The right kind of deal with the devil setup, it could get there. Dude, why can't Champions of Fire just use the iOS version of Isaac? Wait, I think I answered my own question right there. Because, it's not on the Amazon App Store. That's correct. I don't know, this game might have a little trouble running on the Kindle Fire. Not 100% certain of that. I really don't want to rush. Like, this is a that's not going to be it. That's probably not going to be it. It could be here. No, it could be here. Second secret room, that is. I'm just looking for maybe good cards, and then I'll probably fight the boss. I'm gonna fight the boss. I don't like, Curse of the Unknown forces me. Forces my hand. Not Curse of the Unknown. Curse of the Lost forces my hand. Find myself. Now I'm like, we should do boss rush. This is why we're here, is to do boss rush. But it's gonna take a really good item to make me want to do boss rush. No deal annoys the Christ out of me. And then in here, you're probably looking at this and you're saying Pyromaniac. To be honest with you, I'm looking at it and I'm saying Tough Love. But I actually think that with our current stats, you're gonna say, oh my god, you just got Magic Mushroom. I can't activate that. You just got Magic Mushroom, you baby. My stats still are not boss rush level. They're close. And we were fast, but we were mostly fast because of that early XL floor. This isn't really where we want to be honest with you. But we should go fight the mini-boss, just in case it's, 9 lives droppable boss. Moreover, we kind of rushed through the last floor, so to burn off some of the professor-laden guilt from that, I, take my time here. Just keep moving. You got it. There's gotta be a better song about chess. Kings to the left of me, bishops to the right, here I am. My opponents got made in two. That's right, my opponents got made in two. This is player 1 to player 2. Move king pawn to e4. And I'm hoping that you'll have an open game. I prefer to use my tactics, not strategy. Okay, but this is... we should... It's not the best way to go about making content on YouTube. Hey, that's when I was the Champions of Fire. People were like, hey, what kind of content do you make? Like, you play like Battlegrounds, you play FPS, you play strategy games, you play League. I'm like, no, I mostly like, I play like whatever, and I just sort of like sing songs in the background about like the Industrial Revolution that I make up off the top of my head. Everybody was like, that's the ticket, huh? That's why I got 760,000 subscribers and a 20-year-old dude who plays Pokemon Go has 1.4 million, you know? I got my strategy all messed up. Turns out that Space Oddity reworked to be about the way that you open a chess game is not necessarily the best long-term growth strategy on the old YouTube platform. But I'm not really, I don't know, now it's become like, it's oscillating between realness and, like, it started in superficiality, now it's in realness. I have no reason to be at all self-conscious of like the size of my YouTube community, because in this case it really isn't the size that matters. You know, I've got, and I'm very, this sounds like I'm blowing smoke up your butt. I know every content creator on YouTube goes like, I got the best fans. You guys will support me as long as I keep doing exactly what I'm doing. Yes, hello. Alright, have fun, love you. But, you know, I think we exist in, like, this community is very unique. In that the people who like it really like it. The people who don't like it will never find it. So I'm very blessed to have, like, a diehard community of people that are really enthusiastic about the kind of content that I make. And, I'm very blessed that, at least for the time being, I can continue to make the stupid kind of content that I want to make, and mostly people want to watch it. It's not saying that I wouldn't, you know, dislike exploding in growth, but I'm very content with where I am, and I think that that's genuinely fairly hard to find as a YouTuber, especially if you're a YouTuber who rides the waves of, like, of trends and stuff like that. There's always a little bit of stress, I imagine, of like, oh, what's the next thing? You know, what's the next thing? How am I going to stay relevant? And I think I've gotten pretty lucky that I don't have to worry about the next thing as much, at least right now. You never know. But I don't have to worry about the next thing as much right now. I'm kind of just, it's an XL floor again. I got my own little I've carved out this little area on YouTube for myself, and people like living in my walled garden, and we'll just keep doing what we're doing for the time being. Okay, we're gonna get a deal with the devil here. We're gonna get Guppy, and then we're gonna go to Washington. We're gonna go to Iowa. We're gonna whoo. That was less Howard Dean, more Ric Flair. Oh, come on. I don't think our odds of getting Guppy are too high. Lump of coal, though. Can't be mad at a lump of coal. I think we'll take this and ignore the Demon Judgment. As much as I hate to do this to you, there's also kind of no reason for us to go fight Hush. Like, we're not quite in that wheelhouse. Like, it's just not an amazing fit for us right now. If we get a room like this, of course, I'm like all in. Let's do it, but... Hush is, I don't think he offers like a great value proposition right now is all I'm trying to suggest. Anyway, I get what I'm saying is thank you, okay? Tick. Well, I guess we'll gulp it. Might as well. And again, it sounds like I'm being facetious. I'm not being facetious. We're not the biggest YouTube channel out there. Probably not the best YouTube channel out there, but I'm working hard. I need to work on my editing game a little bit to ascend to that level. But anyway, the point is, what we do have is an extremely passionate, unique community. And if nothing else, like Champions of Fire, very much. There are people there like 4 times the size of me, as far as like, you know. I mean, in terms of like physical size, I was definitely one of the largest competitors there. That's not what I was referring to. Thank you for making me self-conscious. But in terms of like, you know, channel size or online following, you know, I was probably on the smaller side. And people were like, how did you convince your fans to show up for this? And I was like, I didn't really. They wanted to. And they were like, why? And I was like, I know. But it's kind of cool, right? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, I know. Now, I don't want to do what. Come on. Give me the 5 room on a floor that matters. And I'm all in. But right now, the game is making me look bad. And I'm throwing in the most peculiar way. Now it's time to take your bishop, rook to e3. 'Cause here have I broken your Sicilian dragon variant. Queen pawn to h2. You should concede I have mate into. Donka 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 checkmate. Donka donka donka. See, like, okay. Sometimes I gotta know what's good for me, though. But on a run that... This is, I mean, I hope you don't take it the wrong way when I said that, like, I don't want to do the Hush because the run's not this good. Or the run's not good enough to make it, like, fun to do the Hush. It would just be mostly annoying. I'm not saying the run's bad. It's actually in a weird kind of sweet spot where I'm like, every stat is well above average, but nothing has really taken us to the candy shop and letting us lick the lollipop, so to speak. You know, people say that. People say that all the time. Talking to my accountant, he goes, well, you get these papers signed and then I'll take you to the candy shop, let you lick the lollipop. It's a normal thing that people say to each other in conversation. Don't even, it's not weird, you're weird. You're the weird one. Ansus, we should use. Holy Mantle, good. Oh, Beelzebub? No! It has not quite come to fruition. That's fine. Okay, blow this up. We out of here. Again, not gonna get the Lost. I'm drowsy. Great pill. Not gonna get the Lost unlocked. So we're kind of like, I'm approaching the point of, I really thought it was gonna take us like 4 episodes to get the Lost unlocked. We're kind of just dilly-daddling now. It would be in our best interest, I think, from a viewer standpoint to kind of go for it at this point. So we'll see about that. This is the last Isaac episode I'm recording today, in all likelihood. Depends how much Hand of Fate 2 irritates me later today. Maybe it wouldn't irritate you so much if you built your own deck. I know, okay? I was building my own deck on the easy missions because they were easy. And then on the hard missions, I let the game build the deck because my decks were poorly constructed. And it turns out I had a reverse. You should let the game build the deck on the easy missions. You should build the deck on the hard missions because the game deliberately builds you a deck that's suboptimal in order to give you some incentive to make to make your own deck in the first place. I understand that now. It's taken me a while to reach that point, but I understand that now. And we're not going to take the Eternal. Who cares, is what it comes down to. I've been spending so much time in New York over the past week that you can just, you want to test if I'm a New Yorker? Ask me how I feel about the Red Sox. Who cares? Ask me how I feel about Rudolph Giuliani. Ah, he's a jagoff. I don't know how New Yorkers feel about ex-mayor Rudolph Giuliani, okay? I genuinely do not. Well, that was a lot of really easy and fun runs today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.